Good afternoon, children. Hope all of you had a small nap in this afternoon. You have refreshed yourself, so I can teach you. Are you ready, children? Yes. Biology lesson 1, leaf. So in this session, we are going to recollect what we have learned all these days. Leaf is a part of a stem, and stem is a part of a plant. So the whole plant body is being divided into two major parts, that is the root system and the shoot system. Into three major parts, that is the root system and shoot system. So if you come to shoot system, the shoot system consists of major parts: the buds, flowers, fruits, leaves, stem. What are they, children? Stem, buds, leaves, flowers and fruits. So all these parts together make shoot system. The major function of this shoot system is to bear all the aerial parts, that is fruits, flowers, leaves, etc., and make the plant to grow upward Now if you observe this picture, here you find lateral bud and apical bud. The bud that grows at tip of a stem, we call it as apical bud, and the bud that grows between the stem and the leaf. So if you see, this is one angle. So it forms an angle, isn't it? It forms an angle between the leaf and the stem. So this part is called as axile. What is it? Axile. Sorry, children. It is axile. Axile. So the part that grows in between the leaf and the stem is called as axile. And from this axile part, you find a lateral bud growing. Is it clear, children? Apical bud is the tip of the stem, and lateral bud is the bud that grows in the axile part. Axile is the part that grows between the leaf and the stem. Is it clear? Okay, this is about shoot system. Next, root system. The root system is of two types, that is taproot system and fibrous root system. Now when you sow a seed in the soil, which part grows first, you think so, children? The shoot system or the root system? The root system grows first. We call it as radicle. You might have drew this picture in your 5th standard or 4th standard seed with a plumule and a radicle. So the radicle that grows from the seed, the starting root that grows from the seed, is called as primary root. This primary root, depending on the nature of the plant, may be taproot or a fibrous root. Coming to taproot system, so you find a main root growing. If you observe this, a main root grows, and to this main root you will find branches. To these branches you will find small hair-like structures called as root hairs. Next is fibrous root system. In this fibrous root system, the primary root itself will divide into many branches. You find many branches, and to these branches you will have root hair. Coming to root system, there are three main parts of root system: primary root, side branches and root hair. These three parts, what are they? Primary root, side branches and root hair. These three parts are present both in fibrous root system and taproot system. Okay. Now the functions of this root system. The major function of the root system is to fix the plant to the soil. The root tightly fixes the plant to the soil such that it grows. If you see a huge trees, they grow certain height, might be 10 feet, 15 feet. If you see a coconut or a palm tree, both those trees grow very long. But the strength to grow straight is given by roots. So these roots helps the plant to fix into the soil. Next major function of the root is to absorb water. Now, when we water a plant, do we cut the plant, or do the plant have the option to open its mouth? No, children. When we water the plant, we water around the soil. Isn't it? We water the soil that is present around the plant. The soil absorbs this water, and the minerals which are present in the soil will be dissolved in water. This water in turn is reabsorbed by roots and is given to shoot system. So the first function is to fix the plant to the soil. Second function is to absorb water and minerals. Third function is to fix the soil. It is binding the soil. Now, during rainy season, you find water flush offs. Water will be flushed off all throughout the ground. Along this water, the soil, the upper layer of the soil is also being flushed away. These roots fix the soil, bind the soil in such a way that the soil would not be carried away. This prevents soil erosion. So next topic is the structure of a leaf. So in our excuse me children, structure of a leaf. So if you observe this leaf, you find a part that is attached to the stem. So this part is called as petiole. Here. So the part that is attached to the stem, the part of the leaf that is attached to the stem is called as petiole. So at times this petiole is absent in few leaves. We call such leaves as sessile leaves. What we call them as? Sessile. S-E-S-S-I-L-E. Sessile leaves. Sessile leaf is a leaf that doesn't have a petiole. This petiole continues to grow in mid of the leaf, which we call it as midrib. It is called as midrib. Next, so the other than this midrib will be having branches. These branches are called as veins. What do we call them as? Veins. V-E-I-N-S. Veins. This in turn, these veins are again being redivided into different branches called as veinlets. What do we call them as? Veinlets. And this boundary of the leaf is called as leaf margin. The boundary of the leaf is called as leaf margin. The top of the leaf is called as leaf apex. What do we call it as? Leaf apex. And this entire green color layer, what you find, we call it as lamina. The green color layer, what is left over, we call it as lamina. This is the structure of a leaf. I hope you understood well, as you already drew it once. Did you, children? Yes, once I have given you homework to draw the structure of leaf. Most of you have done good. The next topic is types of leaf. Simple leaf and compound leaf. Okay, children, sorry. If you observe this picture, these two leaves, what is absent in these two leaves? Petiole. So what are these leaves called as? Sessile leaves. So the leaf which doesn't have a petiole is called as sessile leaf. Next topic is types of leaf: simple leaf and a compound leaf. Coming to types of leaf, these leaves are being of different types. We can divide them into simple and compound basing on the number of leaf present to a petiole. We can also divide them into different types basing on the shape of the leaf. We can also divide them into different types basing on the margin of the leaf or arrangement of leaf, isn't it? So different types of leaves are there. We have been divided these types basing on different aspects. It might be shape of a leaf, it might be margin of a leaf, it might be the arrangement of leaf on the stem, or by the venation, the veins that are being arranged on the leaf. Coming to the first one, depending on the number of leaf to a petiole, we have been divided these leaves into two types. Okay, depending on number of leaf to a petiole. What do you mean by petiole? Petiole means the part of the stem that is the part of the leaf that is attached to a stem. So this region is called as petiole. Here if you see, this is called as petiole. And here if you see, to this petiole you have only one leaf. This is called as simple leaf. And in the next picture, to one petiole you have many leaves. This is compound leaf. So if to a petiole there is only one leaf, we call it as simple leaf. If you have many leaves, we call them as compound leaf. So this is a type of division in plants in order to show the number of leaves. So depending on the number of leaves to the petiole, we have two types, that is simple leaf and compound leaf. Secondly, depending on shape of the leaf. Depending on shape of the leaf, we have different types. Depending on shape of the leaf, we have different types. So it might be needle shape, oval shape, okay, heart shaped. If you find a peepal tree, it would be heart shape. Oblong, here you don't, in this picture you don't have oblong. Oblong is the shape of a leaf of banana plant. Have you ever seen banana plant, children, or banana leaf? So the shape of the leaf we call it as oblong. Okay, children. So depending on the shape of the leaf, we have different types. Now depending on arrangement of leaves. So how the leaves are arranged on the stem. Here if you see, the leaves are arranged in alternate way. To this side one, to that side one, to this side one, to that side one. This is called as alternate arrangement. Here in the second picture if you see, the leaves are arranged, sorry children, in the second picture if you see, the leaves are arranged opposite to each other. The leaves are arranged opposite to each other. This is called as opposite arrangement of leaves. In the third picture if you find a round, a circular arrangement to a stem. This is called as rolled. What we call it as rolled. So three types, in three ways the leaves are being arranged around the stem. The first one is alternate, the second one is opposite, and the third one is rolled. Is it clear, children? Next we have venation of leaves. Venation of leaves. Leaves venation means, what do you mean by vein? Yes, the midrib. So this is petiole, this is petiole, this is the midrib, and from this midrib you have branches called as veins. So these arrangement of these veins is different for different leaves. So we call it as venation of leaves. So depending upon this venation, the leaves are again classified into two types, that is reticulate venation and parallel venation. Reticulate venation you can observe in mango plant, and parallel venation you can observe in banana plant. In this way, here in this picture if you see, there are different types of venations, children. In our textbook only reticulate venation and parallel venation. This is what reticulate venation is, the middle one, and The last one is parallel venation. Other than these three, we also have pinnate venation, palmate venation, and three main veins venations. Okay, children. So I hope up to here we have completed in our textbook. Please go through the PDF of first lesson that is been sent to you. Revise the lesson, recollect what you have learned, and be perfect. Yes, children. Hope you understood. Quite a little bit boring as it was a 10 to 15 minutes video. But children, don't get bored. Try to understand and learn more. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.